Welcome to Chai After Dark, everyone. I'm here with my co-host Sameem, and I'm Shabnam, by the way. Sameem, what's going on today?
Performance issues.
Oh, you got performance issues? I think maybe I should do like a vote of no confidence for you.
Not that kind of performance issue, but yeah, we need to talk.
Yeah. We're here to review Season 1, Episode 6 of Succession called Which Side Are You On? And we'll get to the vote of no confidence / performance issues in the episode later in the podcast.
It really starts to get down, right?
Like it does. The
in.
Shit hits the fan. Yeah.
Literally, figuratively, everythingly. Bigly.
Everything. Bigly. Yeah. Bigger the front, the bigger the back.
Exactly. Dude, Logan Roy is like a scary, scary man, right?
I know, yeah. He's definitely narcissistic or some kind of, I can't really diagnose him, but I'm going to anyways. He's got narcissistic personality disorder.
NPD, you heard it here first.
Yeah.
7 years later, Logan Roy being diagnosed with NPD.
Okay, so before we get into it, tell me why you're dressed so snappy and where you headed after this.
I wasn't going to say anything. Are you serious right now? We should put this clip up. Do I look good? Look at this. I haven't worn... When's the last time you saw me with a collared shirt? Like at your wedding?
Yeah, I can't
probably
even...
at your wedding.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say probably at your wedding. So today, my friend Carly I met in tech like almost a decade ago, but we hang out like twice a year. We're going to the Del Mar Fairgrounds for horse racing.
Nice.
So there's two supposedly biggest horse racing venues in the United States. One is Saratoga in New York, and the other is Del Mar, 10 minutes from my house. So I don't know. I'll check it out.
So I feel
but I'm
like
wearing shorts,
last year...
so I need to put jeans on after that. So it's not like I'm overtly dressed up.
You have to be like a little bit fancy because I feel like last year when I came to San Diego with Brian and we visited you, one of these horse race things were going on and all the women were wearing those hats. What do they call them? The hats have a special name. I forget what they're called. The English ones with like the lace and the like cool hats.
Victorian hats? I don't know.
Yeah. Flappers. They're called something like that. They have a name. Or flappers
were
or
ladies
flippers.
From the 20s.
I know, and it's not a flipper. That's the teeth. I don't know what it is, but it's something like that.
When I moved to San Diego a few years ago, I like gravitated towards the fairgrounds. Like they have a music venue there. They have like the foodie fest. They have like all this free shit. But I never went to any of the races just because I don't know, man. These people do dress up. You're totally right. And it's really strange. It's like Succession out in the sun with beer, I guess. But it sounds fun. So I'm actually pretty excited. Yeah. And I don't think there's going to be anyone there. So the races start at 2.
Okay.
On a week.
Enjoy the white culture, right? That's that's what...
Whoa, we don't want to get any more emails, okay?
No. So when Brian...
That's not white culture. Dubai is completely obsessed with horses.
That's true, I guess. I just figured it must be white culture in Del Mar. But when I went to visit Brian's family out near Mount Shasta in Weed, California, and then we went to Weed Carnivale, which is very different than the Brazilian Carnivale. It's just basically a carnival. It's kind of like a county fair. And so he was like, okay, I'm going to show you the white culture. That's what he told me. And then his high school friend, when we were walking around it, was like, enjoy the white culture. I was like, cool. So I don't know.
Maybe fairs are white culture.
Well, I mean, it's also like a fair of that kind in that town is kind of more, it's not like Alameda County Fair,
Well, have you been to Alameda County Fair?
Yeah, they had Afghans singing songs at certain points. So that wasn't white culture.
Okay,
I swear to God.
Let's sit here for a second. Alameda County Fair is in Pleasanton, California. They have horse races as well, right? So when you go, you can look at the horses. But here's like a top 10 thing list of Alameda County Fair. Pig races.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're super fun, by the way. You don't eat them. They actually like little pigs run. But deep fried butter.
Oh my God,
deep fried anything else. They have those dirt bike guys that go up in over the mountain thing and then they come back around and then they high five you. I would say I don't know. I don't see a lot of diversity there, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Even though it's in Pleasanton, which is a super diverse town.
Yeah. Well, okay. So when I was in high school, there was some white people that moved from Fremont to Pleasanton because they wanted to go to an area that was more white. So, and then
the grand migration of the Bay Area.
Yeah. I feel like we should go to the county fair now. Like maybe next time you come up here with Sophie when it's county fair season, we should all go to the county fair. Just check it out.
Sophie and I used to go when we were kids. When she was a kid. So we actually, I think, we probably went like 2 years ago when we were up there, but I haven't been to the San Diego County Fair. It's at the Del Mar Fairgrounds just because it looks like a shit show, but I think it's all pretty consistent. And then if you actually want to go to a county fair, I heard the best one is either one in Minnesota, which is like the biggest one in the United States, or go overseas to Calgary. And they have during July 4th, they have the largest county fair. They have some crazy ass shit. I've never been, but I've seen videos of it.
Interesting. I just want to go see the pig race now that you said that, because their little legs on the big fat body. I just feel like it'd be so funny and interesting to watch.
Wait, is Alameda County Fair right now? It's in July, right? So it might have already ended.
Oh, maybe. Oh my God. Okay, maybe we should go tomorrow. I don't know. It might have ended today, I guess. So I don't know. But all right, should we get into it?
Skip on. Yeah.
Yes, let's skip on to Succession Season 1, Episode 6, Which Side Are You On? We start with Stu and Kendall. They're backstage at a rap concert. This was really random, but they own some company that owns the label, or they're like invested in some company that owns the label, and they expect the artist to care about them, and he doesn't, which is hilarious. I love that part. So the artist is like decompressing, and Stu and Kendall are told to wait in a room with a bunch of fancy shrimp and drinks, and the artist is not coming. So Kendall ends up telling Stu that, look, we're moving forward with a vote of no confidence against Logan. And Stu is not comfortable. He says, I can tell you I'm spiritually, morally, and ethically behind whoever wins. I was like, damn. Spoken like a true, insane, successful business person.
However, we have to also realize Kendall asks him if I can trust you. And Stu tells the truth. Not just once, but twice. He's like, no. And then Kendall's, I'm going to tell you anyways. And Stu literally is like, no. He doesn't want to know anything. Or
you can tell that.
How could you trust that guy?
Also, yeah, exactly. But you can tell that Kendall is just way in above his head. That he just can't seem to read the room. And he's going to fuck this up. You could see it from the beginning. So
it also sort of shows you that when you're rich and powerful, particularly when you're a Nepo baby like Kendall is, you don't have any friends. Like you have all this money.
Real friends,
you can't have a real friend. Stu is like, I will screw you when it comes to money. Like he literally tells him that, and he's still we all know what happens, right? At the end of the episode, he still calls the vote.
Yeah. So Logan is on a private plane on his way to DC. And Logan is going to discuss buying local TV stations with the president. So I'm assuming this is for smoothing out antitrust issues, or in the hopes that the government won't object to him becoming like an oligarchy monopoly. And he says, a few more years and we'll be the Procter & Gamble of news. So that's exactly what he wants, you know.
He's such a boomer. Oh my God. He's like, this is going to be the GE of something. I don't even know what. Like, what were some big ass companies in the 80s? GE, Procter & Gamble. I think GE at one time was the largest corporation in the world, which I don't even know what GE does. Light bulbs now, I think. So this kind of shows that Kendall might be right. Like in 2018, you're trying to go for like a conglomerate of news. And we're not there yet, but I think Roman makes like the TV news, exactly. Roman makes like a really great point when he talks to Lawrence later in the episode. We'll talk about this more then. We'll probably start ranting, but I'll try not to.
No worries. I'm totally on board with the ranting. I feel the same. Okay, so back in New York, Jerry, Frank, and Roman and Kendall, they meet at a dinner to discuss how the vote will go. And so they discuss Ewan and other unknowns, and they're basically trying to plan out, like, who do we have on our side? who's not on our side, hence the name of the episode, and where do we go from here? So they decide they need to secure one more vote. And Kendall tells them, he says he's secured Lawrence's vote and Lawrence is on their side, which is complete bullshit. And he should not be lying. Like Frank said, they should be playing it conservative when they're planning this vote to be like 1,000% sure that it's all a go. But he's being really liberal with telling them that, oh yeah, Lawrence is on our side. When Lawrence is not on his side, Lawrence hates his guts. Because Lawrence, remember, is the Asian guy that told Kendall he was going to come for him. And it's just like so insane.
He even says in the first episode, I'm going to tear you off limb by limb, something like that.
Yeah,
Kendall was like,
yeah,
oh, wow, you're my friend.
Yeah,
Poor
I know.
Guy, dude.
Such
Kendall
a
guy, he's a little emotionally immature. Like that's
He doesn't know
Kendall,
what a friend is because he's probably never had one in his life. You know? I know.
Kendall. Hey, isn't Kendall, sorry, not to like completely hijack, but we've been saying Kendall this whole time. That's like a famous personality, right? Kendall.
Jenner? A supermodel?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. I just.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's keep going. Okay,
so Kendall,
it's out of my head now. Fuck, dude, I don't know why that's been in my head. How do I not know that?
Kendall Jenner is a supermodel. She's half sister to the Kardashians and,
that's right, yeah.
You know, very famous. But
you tell me this once a year and then I think I forget. And then
that's
I ask
okay.
you again a year from now.
Don't worry, I'm an expert in reality TV.
Is she
unfortunately, hot? Yeah, she's very hot. That's
like
why
without
she's a
plastic
supermodel.
surgery and stuff.
She was very pretty to begin with, and then she became very hot because of the plastic surgery. So
just like Kendall in Succession.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, but sure.
I know he's not attractive in the show. I totally get that. Yeah.
I mean, poor guy. Not the actor himself. The actor himself is, I think, a good-looking guy, but he just is such a bitch in the show.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
How they can make somebody so unattractive, even though the guy's actually attractive in real life, and it's not like they did makeup or anything to make him unattractive. That's kind of wild.
Yeah. So Tom and Shiv discuss life over morning coffee. Tom tells Shiv his problem. The scandal, is no longer a problem. So he's like kind of elated because he knows that he sacrificed Greg on the mountain and everything is good to go. So Tom tries talking about where their wedding should be. And Shiv finally tells him like, hey, look, I promised my mom that I'd have it in England. So that's where it's going to be. And he's totally not happy. And they kind of argue about it. And then he backs off when she gets upset and they end up leaving things pretty open-ended. But you were totally right. I feel like he'll do anything just to marry her. There's nothing that he's going to not bend over backwards for her for.
What kind of life is that? To be so Jekyll and Hyde, right?
Yeah.
It depends on, he puts himself here, and then if you're above him, he's a, weaselly little coward, and he just kind of sucks up to Kendall throughout the episode, and Kendall's sister, Tom's wife, Tom's fiance. But then when he's with Greg, he's like, no, let me beat you down. We've already talked about this. Now he's just saying it out loud. Tom, he's just like, yeah, I need to stay in this powerful family.
Yeah, I know. None of these people can be sincere. It's kind of sad. It's like
where does it
almost
take you,
like,
though? Exactly.
It's almost like that's what money does to you.
Yeah.
And or too much money. That's what too much money does.
We're philosophizers. Look at us telling people how to live. Hey, if you have too much money, just donate some to After Dark. We're not monetizing this, by the way. We've gone like 30 episodes without mentioning it. Yeah, there's no ads. There's no Patreon. We just like talking to you guys. So email us afterdark@afterdark.com.
Yeah, but we do have a bank account, so if you want to donate.
Yeah, if you want to send us money, that's totally fine. I don't know how. I think we should open a tip jar.
We should open a tip jar. So no ads, but tip jar. Hey. So after the diner scene, when the team's kind of walking out of there, they're done with this meeting, trying to figure out who's on their side, who's on the vote of no confidence, who's not. Roman says he's going to talk to Lawrence. And Kendall's like, no, I will. But then Roman's like, look, he hates you. Let me talk to him. People like me. And then he says, I look like a matador and everyone wants to fuck me. And I think Kendall's just like, okay, who are these people?
Yeah. It's his own NPD, right? And I think like Roman is fuckable. Of course, he's rich and wealthy and white. And come on, man, like of
his
course,
brother was in Home Alone. He's fuckable for that.
Yeah, his brother, dude, men and women are gonna fuck this guy. And the compulsion to continuously tell people though is hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a mama's boy thing. He's probably has mommy issues, and he's like, hey, but people do want me. People want to fuck me. Did you know that?
Well, and that
did you know that?
That coupled with the fact that apparently he doesn't fuck his girlfriend is also hilarious. Yeah. He just wants to be fuckable, but he doesn't want to actually do it. I don't know.
I mean, I told my story last time, and I think I'm kind of the same way. I love the attention, but I also want to shut down my evening at 8 p.m. by myself. So it's a conundrum, right? So I feel Roman's pain.
I'm pretty sure Roman's pain is different from yours, but I guess that's that. Yeah. Oh my God.
I mean, we're both a little snarky, and I don't have a girlfriend that I don't fuck, though. So I guess we're not similar at all.
Yeah.
And I don't have a wealthy dad.
Yeah. So Tom talks to Greg, and Tom asks Greg if he wants to hang out. So Greg is like, okay. And Greg at first is like, what is happening? Because Tom's never nice to him. And then he goes, okay, like, hey, I just got my first paycheck. Let's go to CPK. I really like their Cajun chicken.
Yeah.
And
wait,
and
let's
Tom
stop
starts,
here.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you like it?
I've never had the Cajun chicken linguine, but I've been to California Pizza Kitchen in Valley Fair Mall.
Exactly. We used to go. I don't think, maybe me and you have gone maybe in 2012 or something, but I used to go in the mid 2000s all the time. When I was 25, 26, that was like our jam. Dude, it was like $9.99 for an entree back then.
Yeah. And you could get a giant ass pizza for, I don't even know, probably $10 or something. Yeah, $12.
It's like a personal size, but it's still a medium. So I don't know, man. Greg is right in this situation. Tom needs to chill out. Also, before Tom invites him out, Greg is like, oh, you're not going to take me out and put a bullet between my brain and shit like that, right? And Tom is like, I'm not a monster.
It's like, yeah, you
are, bro.
Yeah, totally. So then Tom laughs, and Tom's like, look, you probably have a very undereducated palate. So let's go out and I'll teach you. I'll show you how to be rich. Okay. And Greg is like, okay. And yeah, it was so disgusting. I'm waiting for Tom and Shiv to get a divorce, and I don't know, whatever season that will be, and for him to be destitute. I'm just waiting for that. But anyways.
Well, you keep thinking Broman might be on the sexuality spectrum. I think Tom might be. And what if that comes out later? Because I've only seen the first season, so I don't think I've even seen them get married. And there's 3 more seasons after this. Look, I hate to be like, oh, Tom looks gay and acts gay, but he seems to be more into the finer things than anything else. But he also, maybe, I don't know. This is kind of interesting because it's not like they have some sort of loving sexual relationship.
That's what I was going to say. I don't think that him being with Shiv says anything about his sexuality, because he will do anything for money. He could just be not even attracted to women at all, or he could be bi, or he could be whatever. I just don't think that it says anything about his sexuality, because he's kind of like a whore for money.
Yeah, and I think he becomes like a whore in general anyways, because Shiv is going down that path in this episode. Yeah. So we'll see. Interesting. I wish them very well.
Yeah. Yep. So then we see back in DC, Logan is informed that the president has a national security issue and he's not going to meet with Logan. So the staffer tells Logan he's going to need to offer an alternative phase for this discussion. And Logan says, alternative phase? What the fuck is that? If I drop my pants, I can show you an alternative phase. And he's annoyed at being snubbed, but he heads back to DC. He is definitely kind of insane. But to your point, I don't know if he was always this insane or if this is the stroke.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're going to be this snarky, sarcastic, mean, totally fine with insults, that lives in you.
Yeah, I think it's definitely in there. So back at the office,
also,
Kendall and
really
Roman.
Quick, Shabnam.
Yeah.
He says alternative face, F-A-C-E. That's why he says he's going to drop his pants to show his pee-pee. Not phase. I think. I'm not 100% sure. It doesn't matter.
Alternative face. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that makes so much more sense. I was wondering, and I rewound it, and I was like, I don't get this. Why is it an alternative phase? What does that have to do with his dick? I was very confused. But hey, thanks for clearing that up.
And the writers, you guys missed a big one. You should just let him drop his pants. Because this episode doesn't have anything like the coffee that he spills, peeing in the corner, hitting the kid.
Yeah.
His own grandson in the last episode. Should have just let him drop those pants. It would have added so much to the character. If you're in the White House.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on. That would have been an epic scene.
We already know one president's dropped his pants in the Oval Office, so.
Oh, yeah. Bow, chicka, bow, bow. Do you know what? Yeah. Bill Clinton, right?
Yeah.
I just wanted to say it.
Okay.
You're talking about Bill Clinton, right?
Yeah, obvious. Well, no. I mean, that's the only one. Yeah, that's
JFK.
I don't know. Probably. I mean, they probably realistically, they probably all have, but he's the only one that got caught with a mistress, right?
Oh, come on, man. If I had a wife, or at least something going on, and if I was president, you're not gonna. Come on.
Yeah.
You get some time off. You think Obama and Michelle Obama weren't hanging out on that yellow couch?
I'm sure they were. I mean, more power to them. Shoot, get it.
What the fuck? You're going to stay in the East Wing? You're going to stay in your little bedroom area? No, dude. You want to go to the West Wing. It's naughtier.
I love it. All right. So back at the office, Kendall and Roman make Tom feel stupid for saying that he got a black eye because Shiv and him have rough sex. That was hilarious. It's why are you telling her brothers this?
Roman's yeah, tell me more. Do you like fucking my sister? I was like, ugh. He's like,
but he was giving him a hard time, right? Or yeah, I don't know.
I rewound it and I'm like, wait, did I miss this? Because he walks in with the black eye.
Yeah.
So did she give him the black eye after the England conversation?
Well, that's what they keep alluding to, right?
And there is no black eye.
No, because I think he put makeup on it, or I remember seeing it a little bit. I think it was in that scene, but I think that they are alluding to him and Shiv have some crazy sex, because she says something about that in a different scene too, a little later. I'll tell you when we get there. Roman leaves, but then Kendall tells Tom that he knows Tom has been eating shit for him, and he says thanks, and he says, "You're definitely Team Kendall, and you're on the team." And cringe. Tom's all excited, but yeah, it's so cringe. It's
why don't you fuck the brother too, Tom?
Yeah, but it's
why stop at Shib?
Exactly. This whole scene, I felt like it was one moron congratulating another moron. It was just ridiculousness all around.
That sounds like the theme daily when I wake up. What? Everybody's fucking patting themselves on the back, and the world just keeps getting weirder and worser, and I don't know. We all wake up so happy with our 9 to 5s. These guys are idiots. They literally were born into this.
Yeah.
And they don't have any sort of skill. Maybe they have vision, but their vision is literally scrolling on TikTok and then pretending that's their vision. But whatever. I don't know. I'm going to restrain the rant. Okay. Or I'm gonna drop little rabbit poops of rant throughout the episode.
Yeah, do it. Little farts of truth.
Yeah. Hey, what's that from?
That's an inside joke.
That's your own thing, right?
Yeah, it's an inside joke with my family. But
Shabnam has a paid podcast called Farts of Truth. Everyone check it out.
We should have a segment called Farts of Truth. And we can rant in there. Okay. Anyways, so Roman goes to dinner with Lawrence and his boyfriend, and he tells them about the vote of no confidence. And somehow during the conversation, he says, "Marsha's hot and I'd fuck her." But he's kind of being sarcastic. And then he says, "That's part of phase 2. Oh, dude, Logan gave birth to the most disgusting snakes that are going to come back to venomously bite him unless he takes them out. That's what I feel like.
One of them already tried.
Yeah, or is trying.
Well, 2 of them tried, technically. Trying in the middle of the episode. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, the references to fuck your own stepmom in front of a board member is these guys have literally, that's the point. They don't need to walk on eggshells.
Yeah.
But it's also it's not like I'm holding myself back from saying stuff like that. So you're totally correct. They're heathens.
Yeah. And by heathens, you mean that
what's
in a non-religious heathen has a religious context. You said that last episode when you were talking about your mom like staring at you and your first wife when you pecked her on the lips.
Yeah.
Which I don't even know if that was accurate, because I feel like your mom was probably just judging you. It probably wasn't necessarily even from a religious perspective. It's heatheny, but I feel like she was just kind of like judging you.
What are we even talking about here? Like, sorry, not to derail, but Daily Show had this Joe Rogan segment yesterday, and they're like the philosophizers of our time, and they went through like the 7-minute thing of how Joe Rogan got to where he was, with obviously all these clips of him saying stupid ass shit. But what are we even talking about here?
Yeah. So what were we saying? Oh, so not heathen.
My mom,
you were gonna pick a different
heathen, and I was gonna call Roman, which I call him like a degenerate.
Yeah, degenerate. Yeah,
probably a degenerate, right?
One. Yeah, he's a degenerate. Yeah.
Okay.
So Shiv goes to dinner with some super cute white boy who later I find out his name is Nate. What?
Wait. What the fuck? Why did you put in super cute white boy?
Because he is.
It's in the notes.
I know, because I thought he was super cute.
Oh my God.
He's just kind of like, you know how Kendall is ugly because of his personality? This guy's kind of cute because of his personality in the conversation.
You know this guy sucks, right? You heard him say what he's saying.
I know. I know he sucks, but that he can be cute. Cute people can suck.
Yeah, they can.
Okay, so Shiv goes to dinner with him. His name is Nate, and she asks him to join her PR firm. He says it's not a good idea because historically they found it quite hard to not fuck each other. And I was like, okay, there's some history here. I'm here for it. But then we switch back. We see somehow Greg ends up at a pho place with Ewan. So he was supposed to go to dinner with Tom. We're like, what is this? What is happening? So Ewan is apparently in town. And so Ewan tells Greg that Greg's mom told him that Greg was poor and needed to be fed. And Greg says, well, he got his first paycheck, so now he's rich. And Ewan is like, okay. Ewan tells Greg about the vote of no confidence. And he says it's a wanton act of egregious selfishness by Kendall. I kind of like Ewan. Ewan tells it like it is. And I love that. But Ewan says to Greg that he's going to keep his snout out of the trough and he's not going to say anything to Logan. And he tells Greg not to rely on the family either because this family is basically full of shit. And it's weird because Greg, I don't know, Greg is such a wild card still, but I love his character for that. So after this,
hot, right? Like these, really quick, like somebody's going to do something. Yeah. Maybe the 3rd season or 4th season, but we'll see. You're totally right.
Yeah.
I hope it's Greg.
Yeah, I hope so, yeah. So after this dinner with Ewan at pho, Greg goes to dinner with Tom. And so Tom says, here's the thing about being rich. It's fucking great. It's like being a superhero, only better. You get to do what you want and the authorities can't touch you. You get to wear a costume, but it's designed by Armani and it doesn't make you look like a prick. I was like, wow, he literally said what we've been saying in our podcast. It's hilarious.
I mean, this was coming, right? Like they were going to say it. But why do you do this? Not you. Why does Tom do this? Why do rich people do this? It's to join like a 1% club. But collectively, I think we've all decided those people suck, right? So the people that do go after money like this in a greedy kind of way, including all our politicians and everybody's politicians, probably not just the United States, we all just like chill. And then we go to the horse races and we're like, yeah, let them do it. It's kind of strange, right? Do you understand? Like, do you see what I'm saying? It's like we just let these people run amok.
Yeah, but I feel like it's like they're all wannabe cool kids, you know, like they were like dorks at some point in their life, or they still are, but they're using their money to become cool, you know. I don't think they care,
part, but for sure, like
but I don't.
You're right. Yeah, they don't have a bigger sense.
Yeah, but I also think they don't care because with this much money comes power, and so they don't care if they're a dork. They don't care how anybody feels about it. Power is power, you know.
Man, it doesn't like cost that much more to be convenient, right? Like I like convenience, so when I go to the airport, I have TSA pre and I have Clear, And I've never had an issue. Just go fucking walk in, basically, right? So that already cuts off a lot. I know I don't have a private jet, but what I'm trying to say is, like, even if you have $10-12 million, you still don't have a private jet. So it's never going to make your life all that much easier. Unless you're like Tom, right? Which is unlimited kind of capital that you can live with.
Exactly.
So when he says rich, he means
extremely
different
rich.
Definition of like what? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So Greg is kind of like a deer in the headlights after hearing this. Then Tom basically goes like, okay, so the next course is deep fried songbird that you need to eat whole with a napkin on your head to hide the shame. What the actual fuck is? I think Tom's fucking with him, right?
But he did it too.
Yeah, he did it too, but I think he's fucking with him. Or somebody did that to Tom to make fun of Tom, and Tom thinks that it's a real thing that you need to do. And also that songbird was so disgusting. I was like, I can't believe they eat this.
The songbird, it's like the little things that outside my
like
window
a little
right
quail,
now.
like a little quail or something. Like, yeah,
I've had quail before. It's pretty good.
Yeah, quail is good. I think quail is a little less fatty than duck, right? But it's little and it's tasty.
Duck is so good.
Yeah.
I love
so. Yeah. Okay. You're a breast man, I take it. But I'm bummed. So Tom orders more wine and Greg says, "Are you trying to seduce me?" And then Greg realizes this is all just because of the thing. And then Greg tells Tom that his grandpa already bought him dinner and he's down here for the vote of no confidence. And Tom is like, what? My favorite part of the scene is the fact that Greg was more in the know than Tom and Tom feels stupid. That made me feel good about this.
Hey, Greg knows. Greg has two factions, man. He has the Logan faction and he also has the Ewan faction because Ewan has a controlling vote. So that's his grandfather. Tom is just some... Dude, he's just somebody that married in, man.
He's a fucking in-law.
Yeah, you're an in-law, dude. You know what in-laws are, right?
What?
They're like, no, what the fuck? No, I'm not getting into this. There's no way. You have in-laws too. I'm not here to insult all in-laws.
Yeah, we both have like in-laws of people who married into our family.
I don't have in-laws.
I have current in-laws. You have had in-laws, multiple in-laws.
Luckily, all the in-laws that I married in, because I have a lot of siblings, and they're all pretty cool. So thank God.
Hashtag amazing.
No Toms.
Okay. Yeah, no Toms. So Roman talks strategy with Lawrence. Roman tells him books and papers are done. News is headed towards tasty morsels. He's kind of right, don't you think? He was right on the money about this. Totally.
Yeah, I think this is what I was referring to in the beginning of the episode. This is such amazing foreshadowing. I don't know how many times we're going to say it now, but 2018, Instagram, I think, came out in 2011. The App Store itself came out in 2008. This is only a decade later. That Hello iPhone commercial, that was in 2008, right? The initial one. Yeah. So whoever wrote this, not only were they right, because in 2018, Jeff Bezos was buying like the Washington Post and stuff. So back then, they thought that was going to be traditional news. He's totally correct, man. Yeah. Everything that goes viral now, it hits right and left. Yeah. And it's just our brains process it in different ways. But everyone sees the same shit, except we decide who's evil and who's not. But good job, Roman. What a legend.
What a legend. So Kendall calls Roman to tell him Marcia called Kendall to ask Kendall to have dinner with Logan. So Kendall and Roman are trying to figure out, oh my gosh, does Dad know? Does Logan know about the vote of no confidence? And Roman gets that call during his dinner with Lawrence. And so he relays to Kendall that Lawrence actually is on their side, apparently. But I don't think Lawrence is confirmed either. I think they're both full of shit. Kendall and Roman, they're totally full of shit.
They're playing politics. Or Lawrence knows how to play politics. I like how Lawrence is like, go fuck yourself, Kendall. But then he tells Roman, I like change. But it doesn't mean he's going to vote. Yeah, yeah. So Shiv's dinner with the super cute white guy Nate is getting flirty. But he's totally such a basic looking white guy. I'm sorry, dude. Whatever.
He's just got like, he reminds me of Dawson's Creek. The like white guy next door. He reminds you of a teenager? Well, in Dawson's Creek, that guy was not a teenager. He was like 30. But I was a teenager.
So you were lusting after older men when you were a
I guess
teenager,
so.
pretending they were teenagers.
Hey, I did marry a guy that's kind of older than me, so there you go.
Okay, relax.
So anyways, so Shiv's dinner with
Like Logan
Nate
Roy
is going
age?
well. No. No. So
No.
anyways, yeah. We're within a proper age of each other, and I was in my 30s. So
You guys don't even have an age gap.
anyways.
Like I wouldn't even classify it.
Yeah,
age gap.
he feels like our peer, right? I mean,
You're
he's kind of your
He's literally like my age. You're like
yeah,
peer.
you're older than me too. Yeah. Okay.
What the hell?
Anyways,
Okay.
So Shiv's dinner is with Nate is going well, but he's totally negging her. He's like trying to make her feel a little bad about her job and herself and whatever. And he asks what she's trying to prove by marrying a corn-fed basic from Hockey Town. It was kind of like he was like, "Why are you marrying this square white guy?" That's what I felt like he was saying. It was weird coming from them two having that conversation.
Well, she's supposed to be like liberal and democratic. I think that's what he's trying to say. And the guy that he works for is more of a Donald Trump, I'm assuming.
But Nate is talking about Tom, and he's like, "Shiv, why are you marrying a corn-fed basic from Hockey Town?" I guess that means Canada, guy. And then he says, "And working for a nice black lady."
That's what I was more referring to. He's so comfortable talking like that.
Yeah. Interesting. So he says, "You should be with an exciting bastard like me." And she says, "I tried playing with you and you broke." This is what I'm saying. I think Shiv has some crazy BDSM hardcore needs.
Wow.
Yeah, because that's why Tom has a black eye. And then this guy, she's like, "You broke." So I think she likes to go at it, you know?
I mean, coming out of that family, I could see why.
Yeah. That kind of explains the fight she had with, was it Roman or Kendall in episode 1?
She's a little violent, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
She slapped the shit out of him.
Yeah. So then we see Kendall going to his dad's house for dinner. And his dad is on a call, so he's told to sit there and wait for his dad to finish, basically. And he gets a call from Tom telling him that Ewan is in town to vote. And he found out from Greg that there's going to be a vote of no confidence. At the end of the call, he says, "Team Kendall," and he hangs up.
Wait. I'm a bitch. Wait.
Yeah.
Just so you know, I'm still your bitch.
I'm still your bitch. I'll eat all the shit for you. Don't worry. So then after they put down the phone, Tom goes back to dinner with Greg and he says, "Oh my God, the troops are taking Saddam's castle." And I'm like, wow, this is a really dated reference. He's really happy. Yeah. Greg is totally like, "I don't get it." Don't you think Greg's purposely acting stupider than he is, or is he this stupid?
I think he's this stupid, but it's also not super complicated what they're doing. And Ewan asked for a no confidence vote, but no confidence doesn't imply removing someone, so Greg probably doesn't know that. That's literally what it means.
Yeah. All right. So Kendall goes into the living room at his dad's house and he finds his dad already eating fast food. And he says, "Marcia said you wanted to see me." And Logan says, "Marcia, she's got her own game going on. You know, you got your game, I got my game." And then he starts talking shop with Kendall, just totally nonchalantly. And Logan basically offers Kendall a burger and Kendall takes it, but he makes some comment about how he hasn't eaten like fast food in decades or something. He eats it like he's never had food before. It's weird.
Probably hasn't. He probably has a fucking rich person IV drip or something that fills him up. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess Kendall here, I would be shitting my pants. He's like one of those powerful men in the United States, even if it is your dad. And the night before a no confidence vote, he asks you to have burgers. This is like a scene in a mobster movie, like The Departed, and he like pulls out a gun and shoots him between the eyes.
Yeah.
While he's like eating a burger. I know it's not that kind of show, but it could go a different way. I don't think he brought him there to kill him. But then my only thing is, I think the scene was only to build suspense. There was no reason Logan actually wanted Kendall there.
And another thing, I think it's like a little nugget of how Marcia's trying to do something and we don't know what she's trying to do, but she keeps like trying to move people around a bit and we don't really know why yet. And then we also see that like Logan really doesn't give a shit about Kendall. He's like, fuck you, I'm going to start eating my burger,
Yeah. And there's no Amir in this episode, so Kendall is not the chosen son at all, even though he's in line for succession. It's pretty funny.
So Tom takes Greg to a fancy club. And actually, no, it's kind of a trashy club, but they go to like the fancy paid section that only rich people can go to. And they think they're really fancy by having gold leaf in their alcohol. When they said that, I was like, dude, every desi dessert has like a gold leaf on top. If you go to some random ass auntie's house, there'll be a gold leaf on her rice pudding post lunch. You know,
Burfi.
At every Eid.
Mithai.
Every
your
like
local mithai store, your local sweet store, it's called. Mithai means dessert. And there's sweet stores all over big cities in the United States. And you just ask them, what's got some gold on it? And they'll fucking give it to you. Or silver, you can, too. They have silver.
Yeah, silver and gold. You can see it in the display. It's like all kinds of confections with gold leaf on it. And
I think that's a very underrated desi food item, by the way. Thanks, Tom and Greg, for bringing this up. Because everyone knows Indian food, Pakistani food. Come on, it's the best, right? Like, it's so filling. It hits the spot, and there's so many different variations. But, like, with dessert, we kill it, too. It's just too sweet for me.
Yeah. Okay, can I tell you something that Brian said about desi food? He said, it looks like crap, but it tastes really good.
It's so fucking good. That's right. It looks that the brown. It's like it comes out the way it looks. It's amazing.
Yeah, it tastes really good though, and the confections are really good. They're all kind of like fudge based, right? Like different kinds of nut fudge, and the confections are fantastic. All of Brian's friends and family loved our desi mithai at the wedding.
There you go. Thanks, Brian. Hey, keep it up, buddy. Also, isn't gold in Goldschlager? I've never had it, but it's like an alcohol. And I remember my freshman year at Davis 100 years ago, literally there's like gold floating in this alcohol bottle.
Oh, interesting.
Email us, chaiafterdark@chaiafterdark.com about Goldschlager. And I don't know how to spell it. Otherwise, I would Google it.
So Kendall then has second thoughts about the vote as he's eating his burger. And after dinner, he calls Frank for advice. Frank says, you made this happen. It's the right thing to do. You're a good son. And so he's sitting in the car after the dinner and he's thinking about this. I almost feel like he was like, should I really stab my dad in the back? Like, I did have a nice burger with him. I feel like that's what he was thinking. And so he makes this call and then Frank is like, no, you're doing the right thing.
I didn't realize Frank hated Logan so much, by the way. Like, it's fucking obvious when the vote comes.
Yeah. But then in the car, Kendall calls Sarita, whose mom is Ilona, on the board. And she's like aging and ill and lying in bed, unable to talk at that point. But she has a board seat. And he asks if her mom can make it to the board meeting the next day. And Sarita says no. And so he's like, okay, cool. And because I think he doesn't want Ilona to vote because he thinks maybe Ilona has some ties and, you know, what do they call it? What's the word I'm looking for? Not duty, not ties, loyalty, some loyalty to Logan. I don't know why it took me so long to get there. On my podcast with Little Miss Recap, I was trying to say erotic, but I kept saying exotic. I couldn't figure out erotic. And then I was trying to say that we're covering A Nice Indian Boy next week. And so I was trying to say it's a gay interracial love story. And I said it's a gay multiracial love story. So I don't know what's going on with me these days, but it is what it is.
You're too out there. You're doing too many podcasts. Everyone check out Shabnam on Murder, She Watched.
Yes, Murder, She Watched. Yeah.
Exactly.
With Amy Archer.
Amy Archer. It's a great podcast. I listened to it yesterday, by the way. Oh, I texted you.
Yeah.
And on Thursday, we're going to release A Nice Indian Boy. Not Someone We Kidnapped. That's the name of the movie.
Yeah, that's a nice Indian boy. So Nate, again, super cute white guy, and Shiv, they are totally flirting with each other. He calls Tom Mr. Potato Head and says that he's marrying a French doctor. So Shiv says, oh, she must be nice. And he says, she's not that nice. Deep down, she's status and money obsessed like you. I'm like, damn, this guy's, yeah. So he tries sleeping with Shiv and she says, we should try to be good people. Won't it be nice to wake up in the morning and not feel like a fucking piece of shit? And then it cuts to the next scene and they slept together. They spent the whole night together.
I don't think they slept together though. She walks out of the bedroom. He's on the couch with his shirt off, and she says something like they didn't sleep together. They woke up in separate beds.
But I think she was being sarcastic. I think they did hook up.
Chai After Dark at chaiafterdark.com. What do you think? Because the internet seems to think from 7 years ago that they did not sleep together in this episode.
All right. Okay. So then Ilona calls Kendall the next morning, but this is right before the vote of no confidence.
This is where it gets good. This last 18 minutes of this episode was so good.
So good. Ilona says she's going to dial into the meeting because Sarita told her that Kendall said he didn't want Ilona voting. And she's like, fuck you. I'm going to call in and I'm going to vote. Yeah. And so Kendall rushes to Long Island to meet her in person because he wants to talk to her about the vote of no confidence. So he flies in his helicopter quickly to Long Island and he meets with her and we see them talking. We don't really hear what they say. And then as Kendall's trying to fly back to the office, turns out airspace is closed, so he can't take the helicopter. And despite trying to bribe the pilot's like, no, I can't fly. And so he gets in his car and he tries to get to the office. But apparently there's like an evacuation for the 5 blocks all around Wall Street.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Do you think
it's like
Logan found out? Of course he didn't find out because we watched this, but what if the president knew and called a terror attack right away, so then the skies were closed? Kendall's an idiot. He shouldn't have gone to Long Island. He should have just let that lady call in. But motherfucker lost 3 votes trying to get 1 vote.
Yeah. So the meeting begins at 12 noon at Logan's insistence. Even though Kendall isn't there, he's stuck in traffic. Ewan is also not there. And back at Kendall's car, Kendall basically jumps out of the car and he starts running. And then we see Ewan walk into the meeting. Kendall's still running in the street and Logan gets suspicious at the sight of Ewan. Kendall joins the meeting via call. And then Kendall starts giving this speech about how he loves his father, but his father is unfit to run the company, yada, yada, yada. He's making decisions for the future that he doesn't understand. He's gambling our last dollar at the track, and he calls for a vote of no confidence. But he's doing this as he's breathless, running on the street, talking on his cell phone.
It wasn't a bad speech. It probably would have worked in person.
Yeah. And then Logan is unwilling to leave the room, even though legally he's supposed to leave the room if they're voting a no confidence vote against him.
Damn.
And then the votes start happening and Kendall, Frank, Asha all vote yes. Stu abstains. What a snake. Ilona votes yes also to vote against.
We got 4.
Yeah, we got 4. And then Ewan votes no. He votes on his brother's side, surprising everybody, including Logan himself. And Lawrence abstains, another snake. And then Kendall asks Jerry to speak. And Jerry's like, I'm the general counsel. I'm not really supposed to say anything at this point, so I'm not going to. And then Roman is sitting there. He's about to raise his hand to side with his brother and go against his dad. And then his dad basically is like, what are you, scratching your head? And he's such a pussy. He puts his hand down and he doesn't vote. And then Logan basically realizes the votes are in his favor right now, as long as Roman doesn't vote. And so he quickly fires Frank, Asha, and Ilona. And Kendall just then walks in. He yells at Kendall like no other at the top of his lungs and demeans him like a child, which he is. He is a child. So I'm all for that. And then Frank is like, is this wise? And Logan says, take it like a man. You lost. And Logan also fires Kendall. And Kendall is walked out by security. And he's not even allowed to take anything from his office. And they just escort his ass out. And everyone's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. A great description. I mean, I kind of got a sense if that's what was going to happen. There was no way, Brian Cox's character, Logan Roy, was going to be walked out by security. Would have been amazing. Yeah. Maybe in the 4th season or something. But that's the power that you need to have to retain a company like that. You need to be able to, Kendall was trying to get rid of his dad. Dad has to get rid of the son. I totally understand that. These two they're both snakes, but it's ultimately Logan Roy's company, right? So I don't know. Frank went for it. The lady that's dying went for it, but he went and visited her. So it's kind of strange, but Roman, just the biggest bitch.
Biggest bitch, dude.
He's always talking such a big game. Oh, I can get Lawrence. I have a vision. I might not be good at the ABCs, but overall I can run this shit. I know what's up.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to fuck me. Look at me. I'm going to masturbate onto this window. No, sorry, daddy. like just
yeah.
Like that.
You're so right.
They're all like that.
They're all like that, but he's kind of the worst in that sense, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, his dad probably, like, I think you're right. I don't know if like abuse stuff is going to come out in the later seasons, but these kids are just, they have no spine, right? Like they just can't with the dad like that.
I have this theory. I think that men that are like that, none of their kids can grow up whole. If they become whole, it's because of their own therapy. You just can't be raised by a man like that and have any kind of spine. I just don't
look how they keep running back to him and seeking his validation, like we talked about last time. It's just a little like, dude, you can't do anything on your own without your dad. You guys are approaching 40. So unless the dad backs off in older age, which does happen. I've seen some pretty overbearing dads like back off, right?
Yeah.
Just due to age and energy. But this guy's got a lot of energy for having a stroke a few days prior.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah.
Beating little kids and everything.
Yeah. So Shiv comes back home after her rendezvous with Nate or whatever. Who knows if they slept together or not. And she sees Tom sleeping in bed. Of course, she got him a present and she tells him she missed him. To me, that looks like guilty conscience for sure. So she gets news of the vote of no confidence from Connor, of all people.
Connor. Okay. He makes like this rando appearance. He's such a bitch.
Yeah. He's such a bitch too. And so Shiv is really sad because she realizes she's the only person that didn't know. She realizes that Tom actually knew because he's like, what happened? Did it happen? And she's like super pissed, but they figure out that it actually didn't happen and their dad is still in power. All this happens. The episode comes close to an end. And the last scene is Logan gets a phone meeting with the president. The president calls him back and he gets the line put through to his office and he sits there for a few minutes and he makes the president wait before answering the phone. And then he answers the phone and he tells the president, I understand your terrorist problems. I've just taken one out myself, my son. And he asks for help with the FCC red tape bullshit, which is exactly what I thought he was going to do in the beginning. He's like, I want to basically have a monopoly oligarchy. Can you help me do that and fuck the FCC and regulations? That's how we end the episode.
Fuck this shit, dude. I know, dude. It's like already depressing, and then he's like, "Oh, watch me try to buy the entire media organization of this country." But look, that's a great ending of episode 6. I have some pretty relevant tea.
Okay, go for it. Yeah, let's do tea time.
This world is weird, right? We already know. Like CBS fired Stephen Colbert. I don't watch Stephen Colbert.
Yeah.
He's like way too like vanilla, but I used to watch the Colbert Report. He was so good on that. They fired him. Some people say it's because Trump told them to, but whatever. Who cares? Dude, get this. You know who Larry Ellison is?
Yeah.
Founder of Oracle. I think I don't know how he came out. He's always been like a top 10 richest man in the world, but his I guess Oracle stock keeps going up, even though it's like the most bloated software on earth. Oracle created Java, I think, for all the engineers out there. Anyways, his son, David Ellison, another billionaire. This is real life Kendall Roy. 7 years later, we keep saying this is today's news or yesterday's news. David Ellison, CEO of Skydance Media, is in the process of acquiring Paramount Global, which includes CBS News.
Oh, damn.
It's disgusting, right? It felt gross just like saying it out loud.
Oh, wow. Okay. This is so insane. You're so right.
Yeah.
What happened in this episode is happening in real life. That's so insane. Wow.
And then, look, a lot of this is like moving parts, and I'm only trying to get it off actual New York Times, CNN, which, whatever, fake news, I guess. But it says, this is insane. As part of the approval, Ellison pledged to eliminate DEI programs and implement I don't know what this word is, ombudsman? Ombudsman. What does that mean?
Ombudsman is to, like, an ombudsperson is like to assist with making the culture of the company good, right? But usually ombudsmen promote DEI, but in the age of no DEI,
they're saying it's biased against the non-DEI people.
Yeah. So the ombudsperson basically just helps the company create a culture that they want to create. So.
So this guy, David Ellison, who is buying Paramount Global for $8 billion, which is hilarious because they gave $1.5 billion to the South Park founders, and that they themselves are getting bought for only $8 billion. Do you need this, David Ellison? Like, do you need this? You're 38 or 40. He's not even that old.
Maybe his ego needs it like
Dude,
Kendall
you were born
does.
to Larry Ellison.
Yeah.
Remove Larry Ellison from your life, and you think you'd be here?
Of course not.
No, dude, you'd be some shit. Like some little shit just like us.
Yeah.
Nah, we're big shits. Thanks for eating our shit, Larry Ellison and David Ellison.
Yeah.
Don't forget their movie maker daughter, Megan Ellison, who only makes war movies, by the way. It's really strange. So they both went into film production, by the way, because that's what you do, right? With billions.
I guess so. Wow.
Anyways,
right,
whatever,
right.
dude. This is like, I don't even really care because we've already talked about this. Predicted this shit like a year ago when we were talking about billionaire stuff.
Yeah. This is like, does art imitate life or does life imitate art? It's clear. Like, we're literally watching an old show, but there's something in real time happening exactly this. It's wild. It's wild. But this is the world we live in. It's a wild, wild world, right?
I know, and that's why I was asking in the middle of the episode. Right now, we're going to hang up. We're going to make a joke. I'm going to say I'm going to the fairgrounds to play with some horses or some shit. And this show is telling us in real time what is going on in this world, how rich people act with each other. You think these directors and producers aren't rich? You think they don't actually hang out with rich people? That's how they know how rich people talk. And then we're all just so cool and chill with it. And then David Ellison comes in and he's like, hey, my daddy gave me all this money because in 1981, he stole this idea for JavaScript. And now he's worth $100 billion and I'm worth unlimited money and I want CBS News. What? Like, what?
Yeah.
Why do you want the most like weirdest? What the fuck?
Allegedly. Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever. Anyway.
All right. Okay. So everyone, thanks for listening. You can find us at Chai After Dark on
Instagram and TikTok.
What were we now? On Instagram and TikTok. Okay. And on all podcast platforms. Of course, you're listening to us already. Keep listening to us now at this episode and other episodes and give us a 5-star rating, please. 5 stars only. And if you can, write us a little review on Apple. We'd love to hear it. Only good stuff. Save the bad stuff for Chai After Dark at chaiafterdark.com. We'll read
I gotta go.
We
Dude,
can
50% off hot dogs is waiting, dude. I'm not a wealthy rich man. Let's go. Hey,
right,
CPK, California Pizza Kitchen. Let's go.
Oh, yeah. Shout out CPK. Dun, 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 dun.